Hi everyone, it's Mrs. David, and I'm here to ask you a very important question. What's on your plate? Chefs around the world don't just make food that tastes good, they make food that looks good too. Let's check out the art of Wayne Thiebaud. He's a cool guy who likes to paint pictures of food and desserts.
They say you should never start a meal with dessert, but you can use cake to launch an art career. 40 years ago, when painter Wayne Thiebaud looked at the swirling frosting on a shop counter, he couldn't help but see gooey gobs of oil paint.
Do you like the way that he used so much paint that it looks almost like real icing?
His voluptuous oils look like buttercream on canvas. You don't just want to look at his pictures, one critic said. You want to lick them.
I want some.
You take a lemon meringue pie. It's quite a beautiful thing, a piece of lemon meringue. It's more than just a subject. It's also a kind of relationship to the paint itself, where you really feel like you're sort of making the meringue and touching the cake or working with the pie.
Wayne Thiebaud is an American painter who is famous for painting pies, cakes, ice cream cones, gumball machines, landscapes, and portraits. He was born in 1920 in Mesa, Arizona, and now lives in California. That's right, he just had his 100th birthday in November. Mr. Thiebaud was also a Disney animator, and he worked at a cafe, but he's most famous for being a professor and teaching college students how to paint. His paintings are in galleries all around the world, and some of his paintings have been sold at auction. Recently, a painting was sold for over $8 million at Christie's auction in New York. As we look at his paintings, check out the shapes that he used, and think about what kind of food you would like to draw. I told you to be on the lookout for some shapes. Look at these two paintings that he created. One has donuts on the left and the other has burgers and sandwiches on the right. The donuts have circles, you can tell. And let's take a look at those burgers. Ooh, they're also kind of circles too. The bun at the top is domed. Let's take a look at his sandwiches. When they're cut, they're made of triangles and rectangles. The pickle is an oval, just a really long, stretched out oval. Now it's time for you to create. Today's learning target is I can create a food drawing using shapes and lines. First, make a list of your favorite foods. It doesn't have to be a food that you have all the time. Maybe it's a special birthday dinner or something you just like and just don't get the chance to have. Maybe it's that go-to food that if you're really hungry, that's what you love the most. Just use the back of your paper and brainstorm those 5 things now. Step 2, you need to decide, are you going to put that food on a plate or a bowl? I've included this how to draw eggs and bacon. Just look at the plate, it's an oval. And how to draw a bowl step by step. Yours doesn't have to be that fancy. Step 3, draw the food of your choice with lots of details. Think about adding extras like a fork or spoon, or even the table that it's sitting on. Sometimes you need to do a Google search to see that food and think about the different shapes that are within the food you chose. Here are 2 of my drawings. I decided to draw 2 tacos with some Spanish rice and a little bit of sour cream. Then I decided to draw some delicious cheesy potatoes in a bowl. I added details like spoons and forks, and I'm sure I'll have more to add. When you're finished with your drawing, take a photo and share it with your art teacher on Seesaw. This is the template that you'll use. Here are some extra samples in case you're stuck on what to draw. You don't have to draw exactly what are on these samples, but maybe it'll inspire you to make something cool. If you finish early and you'd like to start coloring, you could do that today, but we'll have more time next week. The most important thing is to add lots of details and have a good time. Create, you're the chef this week. Next week we'll have more time to add color and more detail. Have fun!